guys, and welcome back to the channel. I am Sabyra, aka Sabythesimmer. Happy Tuesday. So I'm back with another speed build today, and it is just like a shell, no, it wasn't like the last one. The last one actually finished. But it is a short video today because it's just a shell, and it's quite a small build, to be fair. I originally built this because I was like, this could be the vibes for my Family Dynamics challenge. If you're not already watching it, that's currently what I'm doing, like my Let's Play this on the channel. So I'm on the second generation of the Family Dynamics challenge. So if you want to watch that, I'll leave the link in the description, and I'll probably leave a little card as well on the screen. But I was originally planning on having this be the Gen 2 house, but then it was quite small and I just didn't feel like it really fit the vibe. But what's quite funny is I'm currently now building a house for Generation 2, and I'm going to film it so that we have a speed build for that. But it's very similar in terms of the tones. I've gone with like dark browny tones, blacks, and I've gone with this like cabin in the woods kind of vibe, and I'm building it in Copperberg, so I kind of feel like it makes sense because you've got so much trees and like wildlife around it. It just looks great. So that's the kind of tones that I went with. But for this build, I decided not to go with this for the Family Dynamics challenge. So I just decided to carry on building it and film it for you guys so you guys can see what I did. But it's a little shell. It's just a little 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom home. And like I said, because it is a shell, I just semi-furnished it. So the bathroom is fully furnished and the kitchen is fully furnished. There's just not details in the kitchen. I leave the kitchen like minus the details, but the bathroom I kind of add details because the bathroom just look really bland without any like towels and just like little knickknacks and stuff. So I did add little details in there. There is a washing machine as well and a dryer in the bathroom that's upstairs. So there's a small room downstairs that can be used for a second room. It could also be used for an office. And then I've got the main bedroom upstairs, and then the main bathroom that's upstairs as well. You could easily like have a build like this and just extend things onto it, because I've only built on a small lot. It is built in Wittenberg on the mid nowhere lot, and that's a 20 by 20 lot. The price of this is pretty affordable, so if you wanted to maybe have a sim start out here, or like you got a couple start out here, you could easily do that because it's only 26,518 simoleons. So it's close to a starter. I think it's a starter for 2 sims, because I think 2 sims get 26,000. So if you was to raise the other 518, then you could move in here. Or maybe if you had 3 sims, because I think you get like 27 or something, 28. I can't remember how much you get when you have like 3 sims, but whatever the case being, you could cheat a bit of money if you needed to for this property. But it's still pretty affordable, even if you're just starting out and you wanted to like make money to add in the rest of the furniture you needed. And it is quite small and cozy, so I kind of just felt like it fit in with the vibe of the Wittenberg kind of area, just like in the middle of nowhere, this kind of cabin style house. I really wanted some like big windows. I wanted so much natural light in there, so I originally went with like the windows from Miskino, I think that pack is. And did I use it in the end? I think I did, but I think I changed the top one for a rounded one, which I can't remember if I've done that already yet. And I don't normally show you me putting in all the doors into like the internal parts of the house, because sometimes I just find that it's just a waste of footage. So I'd rather just show you guys as I'm finishing. But because it's a shell and there's not much of the video as it is, I did keep a lot of it in. So I didn't actually edit a lot of this video because it was quite simple to put together. I did extend out the kitchen, which is the area you can see at the back, and try to create some kind of like roof line, or even like a bit of a covered area for like a patio almost. And as you can see, I wanted to add in some bump outs and things, but in the end it just didn't work out. So I just went with keeping it really simple and minimal. And I did add some extra details to make the roof look a bit more interesting as well. And I did add in some windows into the roof to make it look like there was like more of a loft area, even though you can't use it. There is a bit of, would I say it was wasted space? I would say so. I don't know what to do with it. So like I've kind of lofted the area. So as you enter, it's just a big area. You can see the stairs. You can see basically it's just lofted. So there's just a huge amount of light coming in from the windows on the side of the building, from the front of the building. It looks really pretty. But the only thing is where the window is. So the big window that I believe is base game, the one with the circular like top bit of it. I believe it's the base game one that we got when they added in the, what do you call it, the industrial loft kit. I think that's what it is. So yeah, I ended up having that area kind of like blocked off a little bit. I don't know how to explain it, but basically there's a bit of an area at the top on the second floor that could be utilized in some way. I just don't know how. I mean, you can add a ladder if you really want to use that little space, but if you don't, I think it looks kind of cute the way it is. But I did have to like shuffle things around because I did need space for the kitchen. I didn't want it to be tiny. I wanted it to be quite a decent sized kitchen. I say that, it ends up being a very small kitchen anyway. There's like enough space for like counters, oven, fridge, and a sink, but I'm pretty sure the counter space you have free is probably like 2 maybe 3 count, maybe 2 actually. I don't think you've even got 3 count spaces. But I also really like, I'm obsessed at the moment with doing skylights. So every other build that I've done has a skylight recently. Well, not builds that you guys have kind of seen. I feel like I've done a lot of building off like camera because I've just like been playing Sims and building things, because I find it really hard. Like sometimes if I have a bit of like builder's block, I find that it's because the only time I'm building or in the Sims is because it's when I'm filming, and then that kind of takes the fun out of it because you're just always creating content. There's no like flow to you just doing your own thing. So there was a few builds that I've done recently that are just like because I wanted to build and wanted to like be creative with my building. So there's a few things I haven't seen, but I have been like addicted. I was gonna say obsessed, but like same thing, addicted, obsessed to doing skylights in my build. So you would have seen how I kind of did it. I just used about 4 different roof pieces, and they're all the same roof pieces. You just have to like manipulate the tabs that come out, or the like the fringes or the ends of the roof, to kind of tuck things in so that they're not clipping anywhere, and just to make the perfect kind of skylight spot. But yeah, it's not that hard to do once you've practiced it, or once you've done it. It's quite addictive to keep doing skylights in homes, because I'm just all that little bit of light that you get from the window. I mean, the window for the ceiling is so pretty, so cute. The only problem is, like, if you want realism, I probably wouldn't put a light in the middle of the room, because then the light is like coming from the skylight, and you wouldn't really have a light switch in glass. It wouldn't make sense. I don't think it's physically possible with a skylight. So if you like a bit of realism, then that can be a bit annoying because you don't know where to put the lights. But I just ended up putting the lights either side of the kitchen so that they're not in the glass bit of the ceiling. And as you can see, I've gone with some like really nice warm tones. I've mixed it up. I was watching a streamer the other day. I was watching Sims, and someone was asking like how do they pick colors for the exterior walls, and the method that she had, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty much what I've watched other builders do, and that's the kind of method that I've kind of followed. You kind of pick different textures and different tones that will match well, and pick out different accents as well. So at the build that I'm doing now for my family dynamics, I've gone with a similar tones as this build, but because I've used black windows, I've gone with like slight bits of black accents. So like the fences that I've used outside will be black, the doors inside will be black, just little details. And then I've used like a stone for the outside walls, and also the sliding. I never remember how it's pronounced. I think it's called sliding or siding. Sorry, not sliding, siding. Which sounds the same when I'm saying it out loud. It sounds like I'm saying the exact same thing, but siding. And I've used like a warmer tone siding that slightly matches the trims that I've used and the spandrels that I've used, where I've got like the kind of covered like patio area at the front. It's hard to explain without you seeing the actual build, but hopefully you get what I'm kind of saying. Okay, so this space that I've kind of like put near the window, that feels like empty space, and I played around with it so much to figure out how I could make it usable. But the only way I could really think about is like getting a ladder up there and then using it that way. But other than that, I just felt like it wasn't needed. Like, I think it looks fine the way it is, but if you wanted to really badly use it, then feel free to add a little ladder in and you can use that spot. But I ended up changing some of the doors as well. So I've got the door, when you come in from the entryway, there's a door, and then you've got like your little entryway, you've got a door, and then you've got where you walk into the main space, which I kind of thought could be a dining area, which I always think is a bit weird to walk straight into a dining area before you've walked into like a living room. But I kind of like the flow of it, so you could potentially have the dining area, kitchen, and then the living area, which is like, the kitchen's right at the back, and then the living area is kind of more to the right. And you've got a little bit of space for a dining room, and then the open space where you've got like the lofted area. You could easily just have desks there, one desk probably, and have it as like a bit of an office space. I think that could work, that could be kind of cute. But yeah, it's a pretty short build today because I've only furnished the bathroom and the kitchen. And for some reason, I didn't realize I was even furnishing a bathroom as I was doing it, because I felt like it happened so quick, and I left it and I was like, did I even film that? And then with the garden, I just threw in a picnic table, like a concrete one, and also a washing line. I feel like, to be fair, when I got to the garden, I was like, I really don't know what to add, because one, it's a shell, and I don't know who's really gonna live there. And I kind of like the idea of going with like this budget style home, or this like budget style kind of cabin. So it's like where you start out, there's probably not much on the lot, so you're just basically using it to build up some wealth, and then you can probably move on. So I didn't put a lot in the garden. I literally didn't put anything. I didn't even put planters, which is, you know, real shocker for me, because I always put planters, like planter pots in my builds, but I didn't this time. So yeah, there's something for you guys to add in if you want to add that in. I knew straight away when I was doing this build that I was going to use the all the like ivy, the crawling ivy that comes with University in the debug menu. I don't know if it's debug or live edit. I never know which one is which, but I just always say debug, but it might be live edit. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure debug and live edit are different. Like live edit is items you would use in live mode, or you'd see in live mode, and then debug is just things you see in the world. I think that's how it's probably categorized. But anyway, I knew I was going to use the ivy, so that's what I went with. And I wanted like loads of different trees. I don't think I used as many trees as I probably could have, but I just didn't want it to be too crowded, and I also wanted you to see the build as well. But then I feel like on the gallery it looks better when you have like loads of trees around it and really like close it in and make it look really mystical and like hidden in the woods. I just thought it looked cute. It looks really cozy here. And I've got some trees that I've put down. I've put some plants as well that I do end up like moving around as well. And then I just shuffle all the ivy pieces into the corners that I want them to be, because they have like, when you place them down just like normally, there's always a gap between the wall and the ivy, and it just doesn't make sense. Like the ivy would literally be touching the building, so I just have to like manually free place them all, which I didn't mind. Once I placed them all down, I knew where I wanted them to go, and then I just like manually placed them myself. And I don't want them to creep too much into the windows, so I tried to make sure that it wasn't creeping too much into the walls or the windows and wasn't clipping anywhere. And then I've just gone with a bunch of hedges around the edge, and I've also got to use debug fence kind of like around the front of the build, and then I use the normal fence for the rest of the build. I just liked the low fence for the front. I think it looked kind of cute, so I just went with it. I do add some stones as well, some like rocks to the landscaping, because otherwise I just feel like it looked a bit bland. And I never normally add a swing to the front of the garden, but I did for this build. I actually did this time around, which was different for me. I don't normally do that. But I hope you guys' week is going well so far. I feel like there's not much to talk about because it's such a quick build, and like when I get into the kitchen, it'll be over before we even know it. So yeah, the landscaping comes together quite quickly as well. But I hope the week is going well for you guys so far. I can't lie, I'm feeling overwhelmed, but I know it's because I need to tidy my room, and I was meant to do it this weekend and I didn't. And yeah, that's not so fun. And like the seasons changing, yeah, it's getting to me. I was like having a conversation with my siblings the other day, and I was like, yeah, they're getting to that point where they can feel their mental health kind of changing, or just like the way they feel change and shift. And I was like, oh really? I haven't felt that yet. And like I felt like after that conversation I felt a shift, and I was like, wow. Great. But yeah, I just feel a bit overwhelmed, and I know I just need to like tidy my space so that I have a bit more clarity in my mind, and then yeah, I'll be in a better position to think a bit clearly, more clearer. Yeah, I just heard a bang and was like, what the hell was that? But yeah, I'm okay. It's not me. I don't think anyone's hurt or anything, so that should be fine. I don't know if you guys heard that bang, but I heard it and was like, what is that? But I was also like thinking of plans for what I'm gonna post lately on the YouTubes as well. If you guys ever have any like recommendations, things that you want to see me do let me know. I know I've had a suggestion to build, or like not build, renovate the Goth household, and I've tried so many times and just so overwhelming. And then the other day I was like, you know what, I was in the mood to renovate because I was doing a few renovations of builds for like other gameplays that I was doing. I was like, okay, this fits the house for the Sims I've got living there, so I renovated it. And what I realized is when I go to renovate, I don't normally like gut the whole place. I kind of just do room by room and like change colors and flooring and take out certain things I don't like. And I think that's why I got so overwhelmed with doing the Goth house, is because I literally bulldozed it several times and tried several times to rebuild a house that would kind of resemble the Goth residence. And then this time around I went in and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go room by room. But I still didn't do that exactly. I still gutted it, and then I kind of felt a bit overwhelmed. So I think I'm gonna have to try it again, but like go room by room and not completely gut the house and then expect for like, you know, my imagination just kick in. I think it was kind of daunting to try and do such a big build like that. So instead I'm just going to go room by room and renovate it like that and figure it out that way. And then hopefully you guys will see that one once I've done it, if I finish it, because I can't, big builds scare me. But yeah, that's the only thing I've really been like suggested to do recently. I know like building in terms of like tips and tricks and things like that, I feel like it's so much easier when I'm on Twitch because I could just show you in real time. But if there was anything building wise that you guys wanted to know, I could do a short video on that'll be fine. But if you want to see a specific speed build maybe, or maybe me do a specific challenge, do let me know. I haven't done a lot of challenges on my channel. I tend to do them on Twitch because on Twitch it's like a little bit more interactive. Like people can suggest things to use, or like remind me of things and items that I could potentially use. But when you're like doing it by yourself, you're just like, okay, I'm a bit stressed because I've got to think of all the things. But I thought it might be good to maybe do a timed challenge, like a 10-minute, 20-minute build challenge. I watched Devin Bumpkin do it the other day and it was hilarious to watch, so I was like, maybe I could do the same. But I'm also very scared because I know how indecisive I could get. But it could be fun to do. So if you have any suggestions, do let me know, because I'm always open for suggestions. And yeah, so hopefully, not hopefully, but yeah, you'll get a family dynamics challenge video on Thursday. And then, as always, I'll be streaming Thursday and Friday. So if you didn't already know, come and follow me on Twitch, and then you'll get notified every time I go live, which is Thursdays and Fridays. I do stream on Twitch. We mainly do Sims and then some other games sometimes, but yeah, mainly Sims, to be fair. And this week we are going to be touring like shells from the shell challenge. So if you haven't already entered it, or if you have what am I saying? If you want me to see your shell challenge, then use the hashtag SabyShell2. You can find the shell on my gallery ID, Sabythesimmer, and then you just upload it to the gallery once you've done with the shell, and I'll see it. But the rules are, you can't touch the walls that are there, you have to leave them. And also you can use base game, high school years, and seasons. If you don't have high school years, it's absolutely fine. I know it's still relatively new, so you don't have to worry. But yeah, that's generally the rules. But I'm going to tour the builds on Friday, and then on Thursday I have to finish the second story of my shell challenge. So I did the first floor last stream, and then Thursday I'll be doing the second floor, so like the bedrooms, the bathrooms, and then we've got a balcony space as well, so I'm going to finish that. Hopefully it won't take too long. I don't think it'll take too long. Last stream is about 4 hours, so, you know, we'll see how long it takes me to do it all. But yes, as you can see, I was talking through the whole kitchen. But as you can see, it went by quite quickly. It's not a lot added into that. I squeezed it a bin. I really hope it's functional. I didn't try it because it was a show. I didn't actually try the kitchen. All I did was try the bathroom, I believe. Yeah. And then, oh my gosh, guys. Oh my goodness. Do you know what I noticed? You could tell there's evidence I've tried the bathrooms because there's a bloody puddle on the floor in the screenshots. So I've only got one screenshot from the bathroom because the other one, the puddle was very obvious. And I was like, I only saw it once I've taken the screenshots and like I was in the process of editing the photos to add to this video. And that's when I noticed it. I was like, what? Hold on a second, what is that? So yeah, you've only got one screenshot for the bathroom, but I don't think you're missing out on anything because the bathroom's pretty simple. I've got the washer and dryer in there. We've got the shelf there that came from Naughty Day. We've got sink, toilet, the bath shower combo. But we are coming to the end. You are going to see the screenshots. I don't even know what I was saying. So yeah, if you want this build, it is up in the gallery. My gallery ID is Sabythesimmer. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Take care. I'll see you on Friday. No, I'll see you on Thursday. Oh my gosh. Bye, guys. Bye.